Good morning. Farming ain't easy. You guys, for the loyal viewers, might notice some of the equipment around here doesn't look like ours, and nor does the vastness and the size of these fields and the irrigation pivots. However, this is our tractor and our drill. You're going to want to see where we're working today. Watch this. Well, it's kind of cool. You guys have seen us in the last few videos touring around in the United Kingdom. But we've been back at home for a little bit now, making more videos. But this one's going to be kind of cool. We were talking while we were in Europe about the best way to tender seed and admiring how Tom at Flowborough Farms and James and the boys at PX Farms do things. Well, we're at a farm here helping them with some fall seeding of some triticale, and we're going to use their tender system and just see how well it fills our drill. Yesterday, with a very similar tendering model as what we saw over there in the UK, I filled the drill in 6.5 minutes. That is a record for us. I've never been able to fill it that fast. So maybe at some point in the future, when we can afford it, we'd maybe look at some upgrades and do something similar to a conveyor style system, which is really nice and gentle on the seed. We're down here in Lethbridge County, and we're helping out a friend that needs some help getting some fall triticale seeded. We're seeding it at 100 pounds an acre, and well, as you know and have seen on our channel, everything has taken longer this year. So this guy, a good friend, is just finished combining and they need to catch up on a few hundred acres. So we offered to come down and help. Pretty interesting thing is he likes what we've been doing with our drill, and he's trying to figure out what his next drill is going to be. So not only are we here to help him out, but this is a little bit of a demo for him just to see what the Horsch Avatar is capable of doing. And they are a diverse farm. They're into all kinds of things. The Horsch Avatar would likely be a good fit for them. We don't have big flat fields like this at home where we can fly like we have been around here. Typically around home with our smaller fields, I think 140, 145 acres a day was our record. Yesterday we got close to 200, so we are gonna smash an acre today. I'm setting the goal marker at 200 acres. 200 acres a day with an 8-meter drill. Yes, it's a lot of passes, but we're also flying. The drill is doing a beautiful job, and we're doing about 7.5 miles an hour, 12 to 13 kilometers an hour. So in a nutshell today, this is an exciting one for us, guys. We are on a 305-acre continuous field, and we are gonna be going for some record smashing no-till drilling. Watch this. We are gonna be flying. Implements, we always try to buy implements with the biggest rubber that's available for that model. And likewise on this Avatar, we bought the widest, biggest tires we can get. We just like flotation. And we find they wear better as well. Less pounds per square inch usually means better tire wear. Anyway, an observation here is these are really wide tires on the back of the drill. And obviously these fields that we're seeding for this friend are irrigated. So they have irrigation pivot track trenches or ruts from the wheels on the pivot. Right now we are going over the epicenter of the field. So unfortunately, we're going a little slower because the toolbar travels across the ruts okay, but both rear tires on the drill they hit the pivot track at the same time because we're in the center of the field. We're only 3 passes off of center right now, and it's already getting much better because both of the rear tires aren't hitting the pivot track at the same time. So they're going over one right now, and we just saw a little ding on the back of the drill. However, if anyone is ever buying a Horsch Avatar, especially this model, the upgraded tire size is almost a no-brainer. Obviously, we've never been in irrigation ground like this before, but they work really, really well. I like them in the dryland farming that we do to begin with, but seeing those tires work on this irrigation ground, even better. I can't remember if I told you guys this, but I did fuel up DEF, grease, and fill with seed all last night. So we are 3 hours in and crushing some acres. We are currently at 60 acres in 3 hours. Like we're 20 acres an hour here, which is a new acre per hour record for us. The field, the half section or 305 acre field is completely opened up. So all the headlands are done. So now we're just doing mile-long passes and things are going really good. We're using our Dakota micro cameras, and I can see that we're going to get a little bit down on seed. So because I just hopped in the tractor this morning, I am going to stop a little bit early and refill with seed, show you guys the tendering system that we have access to here at this farm, and we'll do a little speaking of records, let's see how fast we can fill the drill with a conveyor and a pretty nice tender setup. So we'll do that quick, and I'm also gonna just check the calibration. This is a new seed lot that's in the drill right now. Yeah, this is a fall triticale. I believe it's Tadius is the variety, and so this is a new seed lot compared to what we were seeding yesterday. So now that I've run this down, I'm verified that this is an entirely fresh fill of this new seed lot. So I'm just going to check calibration quick. We'll get back to it. All right, we are backed underneath the conveyor for fun. Started the timer. Let's see how fast we can fill this drill. Uh-oh. It's a little cold. I just wanted to adjust it, the hydraulics thing. Open the hopper lid. All right, it is windy out here. The hopper lid is open. Motor's been running for a bit. Rev her up a bit with both a remote for the truck and a remote for the auger. Let's go. These conveyors are quiet. Filling. Man, these conveyors can sure move some grain. And just like that, full. Close the lids, go turn all this stuff off. Back in the tractor. All right. From stop to start, and including letting the auger fill up, 8.5 minutes, 8 minutes, 27 seconds. That could have been a lot faster. I was filming, I was struggling in the wind a bit, trying to keep my eyes from getting dusted out. Yesterday I did it fill at 6.5 minutes. So the price to pay for a little bit of filming, the first auger run of the day, letting it warm up, still 75 acres worth of seed in 8.5 minutes. That thing's pretty quick. I'm gonna do a quick calibration. I'll be right back, and let's get back in the field. Check the calibration. It's just a calibration, checking to make sure that we are close, and we were. The new seed lot was slightly different, so it made a couple decimal point of a difference, but anyway, that's behind us. Something just happened to me, but let me grab this GPS line here and I'll tell you all about it. You might say, well, David, what does a farmer eat while he's on the road traveling, doing seeding work for other people, away from his wife's homemade cooking? Well, I will be honest with you and say my diet isn't all that great. You try to eat healthy. However, there's things like Costco salted nuts in the cab. There's go-go juice like this in the fridge, trail mix. However, my wife would be proud. This morning I stopped at the grocery store and veggie platters and bags of apples in the fridge. So anyways, I'm trying to eat healthy. However, there's things like salted peanuts, energy drinks just to work all night because I'm here to work. I'm away from home. I want to get back home. So sometimes you got to suck back an unhealthy energy drink and go all night, you know? So anyways, where I'm going with all this, as I was calibrating, it's kind of getting close to lunchtime, I was getting calibrating and I wasn't gonna be talking to you guys, so I threw a handful of salty nuts in my mouth. Whoa, salted peanuts in my mouth. Took a swig of a ultra peachy keen. You'll never guess what that tastes like when you combine the two. My wife's watching this video and she'll be proud to know that it's been well over 20 some years since I've experienced this. It tasted like I just gave a kiss to a female that had just taken a big pull on a cigarette. I'm not a smoker, but it tasted exactly like kissing somebody that is a smoker. Be careful what you chase your salty nuts with. All right, guys, it's time. Time to stretch my legs and just verify the job we're doing. Like any farmer, you just need to do a good job planting your seeds, right? I'm gonna use this very sweet stainless steel seed depth gauge that I got from my friend Will in the UK on our last trip there. We are aiming for a 1/2 inch deep on this triticale, depends where you're at. And there it is. The furrow is a slight depression on the edge of the dirt. We are all of a 1/2 inch, if not 9/16 to 5/8, which is fine and explainable because last night we went down an extra set of notches after we, did the headlands in this field. So yeah, we're satisfied there. We could go a little deeper yet, but just given how late it is in the season, this farm has stopped irrigating. Water has been turned off for the year, so the only water they have left is in some of the ponds. They have a bunch of access to manure water as well, so that'll get sprayed on, but they don't have a surplus of water to throw on here. So we want to be shallow. We're going to be shallower than usual because, again, this is a fall triticale. This is now switched over to the Tadius variety, and these seeds need to vernalize in order to go to full production in spring 2026. So the radicle on the end of the seed needs to vernalize, and if it does, in the next month, this will be a full crop in probably by silage by the end of June or middle of June in 2026. So the drill's doing a good job. I don't see any skips or bounces. So I'm gonna continue stretching my legs and be gone. Just a quick walk around the drill. Look down the toolbar and make sure all the depth gauge handles are in line. Nothing's been bumped. All the hoses are intact and nothing has come apart. Yeah, I'll take the long way back and just look as I go here, but everything is running good. Even though the blockage will tell us, blockage monitor detection system will tell us if there's any blocks. Sometimes when you're stretching your legs, it's still nice to give things a shake and just make sure the blockage system is working, because let's just say something did fail. Then you go seed a few hundred acres and you don't find out till next year that you had a couple block rows. Man, the neighbors would laugh. All right, I'm gonna visit the restroom here and keep crushing some acres. All right, guys. Yes, you'll see red on my face. It's not because I'm blushing. It's just because of this new red LED light I've gotten here for non-glare ambient light. Anyway, exciting day. New record just been smashed. We are any second now about to hit 200 acres for the day, which is a record. Our previous record's about 135, 140. Up until yesterday, we bumped it from there up to 176, I believe. And now today we're up to 200. We're actually going to finish the day at just over 200 acres in a day. So how did that happen? Big fields, no obstacles, like we're talking 300 acre fields. So big fields, pretty smooth, can fly, really stretch the legs of the Horsch drill. But just doing some of the math here and the statistics, tendering. As you saw when I was in the UK, getting pretty excited about these guys over there and their tendering systems. Here's the stats. It's pretty sweet. All right, so yes, our acres per hour got up to 17 acres an hour today, which is pretty sweet. Yes, but the tendering, we've had our tendering system take up to half an hour to fill the drill up to. Today, we're really consistent between 6 and 7 minutes when I'm not filming and actually working and hustling. So with that being said, that equates on 4 fills to do this large half sectional land, 305 acres approximately, a time savings of close to 2 hours of tendering time, close to. But for rough math, you know, even at 15 acres an hour, 30 acres, like I could argue more. I'm being very conservative. So 30 acres of time gone, let alone equipment time. Tractors usually running while you're tendering, which, you know, there's depreciation and fuel and so forth. So there's costs to that. So I'm starting to really get an appreciation to this tendering. So, well, when the time allows, that might be an upgrade we may have to make in the future. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this one. Pretty fun to make a video of us seeding, which we do all the time, but in a new area with some different equipment like the tender system. So thanks for watching this one. We are gonna be back into our main rhythm of farming videos, not just our travel videos from our UK trip. So there will be some videos coming that were filmed before our UK trip coming out now, let alone this one coming out or filmed after our trip and coming out after the trip. So yeah, the order of some of our next videos might be a little bit funny, but we've got some pretty cool stuff in the queue. So please follow along and we'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.